Hello. So today I'll be demonstrating everyone how to do nesting for the purposes of ROMs. So in this case, what I'll be doing is for one of my test cases which I have done initially, I will just go through the steps how to create a child grid inside the parent grid for ROMs application. Now this technique is applicable for all the regions. You just have to follow the same procedure. That's it. So what in ROM's grid requires is that we need to have we usually in our map have coordinates in the form of latitudes and longitudes. So if we go through the map, now what I'll be doing is I have created a coordinate for the Philippines region, and I want to create my child grid in the Cebu region. So what I first created a mesh with its lowermost coordinate somewhere around here. No, somewhere around here. Lowermost coordinate somewhere around here, and then the next coordinate somewhere around here. Then the topmost right coordinate this, and the topmost left coordinate in the form of this. And now I want to create. So this will be my coarse mesh, and I want to create a child mesh, which will be my extremely fine one for this Cebu Island, this region to zoom out to almost like this region. So what I'll do is I'll go through the steps. So first we need to realize that if we go through the ROMs use case, the external file which we use for ROMs execution, we can see that we usually have our number of X cells in the X axis, number of Y cells in the y-axis. So so what we need to input is I and j coordinates instead of l and n. So what we will do is, so I will be my values from 1 to ln, which will be our the maximum value of the number of cells in the x-axis, ln value, which in this case for our Cebu, for our nest mesh, I mean the original mesh, parent mesh, is 298. 298 298 for the parent mesh. Yes, here it is 298 for the parent mesh. And in the j axis, what we have is j is equal to 1 for the lowermost, and j is equal to 148 for the uppermost coordinate. So what we need is that in order to create a mesh and create a square boundary, what we will need is that we need the leftmost lower end and the rightmost lower and the rightmost upper end. With these two lengths, the ROMs will plot a diagonal and will create a square region around the entire zone. So in order to do that for my test case, that is for the Cebu region, now this is my mesh. Now this is my big mesh. Suppose somewhere from here, put this coordinate, then put this coordinate, and then put this coordinate, and then put this coordinate. Okay, and now I will do my Cebu for meshing for Cebu. What I will do is I will have my lowermost coordinate somewhere around here, so that would be easier. And even if then the offsets can be reduced, so by chance error, like if you give extremely precise coordinates, a few of the points in several and might miss while meshing, so it's usually better to give a larger domain. So I'll put my leftmost coordinate over here for the child grid, and rightmost coordinate say suppose here for the child grid. So what will my grid exactly show that? So my grid will have in my usual grid, for I is equal to 1, the leftmost coordinate will be, I mean, you need to realize that what is the coordinate and material. Acha, the leftmost coordinate in the along the x-axis will be 15.87. Say no, not 15.87. It will be somewhere around here. 114.96. and the rightmost coordinate will be uh, 129.27. So this would be for down also, this would be for up also. Since this is a completely square mesh, 114.96 and 129.27. So I equal to 1. So I1 will be will correspond to 114.96 and I equal to 298 will correspond to 129.27. So from that you can find out the leftmost coordinate required for this Cebu island in this region. For this coordinate 123.22, you can find out that what would be the I coordinate for this using linear inter for what would be the corresponding I coordinate for this given set of spherical coordinates using linear interpolation. For the topmost right corner, what you can do is you can just see, and here for 124.132 you can get the corresponding Imax value, I value for this 124.13 you can get the I value, and for this you 123.12 you can get the I value. Similarly for J you can use the linear interpolation, and you can get along the J axis, so it will be J equal to from 1 to 148. So for that, and the domain will lie from somewhere around this in the lower region 6.5432 to 6.5432, somewhere around here 18.78. So you can take it as 19, and after that you can calculate that what will be the lowermost J for this. Let me just zoom in. What would be the lowermost J for this for 9.36, and what would be the lowermost J and the highermost J for 11.35. So you will find J for the lowermost point, J for the uppermost point, and similarly I for the lowermost point and I for the uppermost point. This is all to be done using linear interpolation, where you can calculate the distance using lines, partition lines. So after you get all those points, so I have already calculated those points for the sake of ease of demonstration. So after calculating, what I get is that I have my the lowermost I coordinate as 153, the lower uppermost I coordinate as 202, the lowermost I coordinate is 153, uppermost I coordinate 202, the lowermost J coordinate as 43, and the uppermost J coordinate as 74. So I will enter all those values in the MATLAB command window in the form of IMIN, JMIN, IMAX and JMax. So after I have entered all the commands, what we need to ensure is that we have the following code in our repository, which I'll be showing you from here. After I go to my MATLAB directory and I go to this MATLAB directory and I have my grade, then I have my course to find if I need to create a find mesh and find to course, and if I need to create a course mesh from a finder mesh. These two I must have added to my MATLAB path. These two I must have been added to my MATLAB path. So after that, what we will do is we will directly jump to our model. We have passed the function course to find. Then we pass the name of the grade for which from which we want to create the child grade. So in that case, I need my parent grade is Philippines underscore grade underscore 1.nc. Then we pass the name of the child grade, which is Philippines underscore child underscore 1.nc. Then I pass the refinement factor, which has to be in the order of 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 in that odd number order. You cannot put like refinement factor of the order twice or 4 times. No, it has to be in the odd number order 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 in that order. Then you pass the IMIN, IMAX, and then JMIN, JMAX. Then you put, then after passing those commands, I'll put enter. Wait just a second. I'll just So what I initially saw the error is that I had passed my file name wrong. So make sure you pass the right file name, and then after I execute the command, you should get the following form of output. So hence my child grid will have been generated at the location. I'll go and just check it from here. My child grid will be generated, and here is my child grid. Now as you can see, after I return to my code, our next step is to generate a contact. So what I'll do is I'll pass the contact function. So first job is to pass the contact name. So first we need to pass the file and the child. So after, so first I pass the child. So I'll just change the parent name. This is my parent grid name. Now next I will pass the child grid name, which is child 1. I have passed the child name. Then you press enter in the gnames. Then you press cname command, which I have say Philippines underscore contact underscore new updated. This will generate the contact file. Then I need to pass the contact function. So the contact function looks something like sng contact. Now the contact function must be passed in this format: s comma g in the form of an array, and in the contact function you pass the gname command, gname function and cname function. These will already have values stored in it, and then you place the enter button. This should generate a contact file without any error. Donor to parent, parent to donor. Now you can see the contact file is being generated. Contact file is being generated. Now the contact file has been successfully generated. Now you will get some plots out of it. No need to look at it, as it's really none of the use, and it just magnifies the region which for which we have generated the mesh. Now what we need to do is to create the executable file which is to be used by ROMs. So to do that, first I will just directly go to my demo case. First I'll go to my nested file. uh, I'll go to my nested files, say this. These are my nested file. Then I go to my external file. Then I go to my Philippines executable.in file. Then what I'll do is I will enter all these values: title, my CPP application name, the dimensions of my parent grid 298 148. Then I will have entire NJ as per your system. Now change the number of NAT to 2 in order for the system to work. These all nothing needs to be changed. Oh, these are the things that need to be changed. Now in default cases, what you will have is only the first line, which will be in the form of close close close. But since the second grid is nested into the parent grid and it has the same boundary condition, so you will need for the child grid to pass this line nest 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 directly below these lines, and then just close the command. Then you have to close for the parent grid, and then nest 4 times for the child grid. You have to do same for the free surface, 2D momentum, 2D V momentum, 3D U momentum, 3D V momentum, mixing TKE, temperature salinity. In this order, you have to do it. Now, no need to change the adjoint base lateral boundary condition. You don't need to change it. Now you have to mention two instances of the time stepping, n times, and this. Now since our grade is 3 times more refined than my parent grade, so what we would need to have is change the n times to better, something better, which is 3 times of this one, or like increase the computation, or change the time step 3 times in the parent grid and keep the child grid to a smaller number of iteration. I'll show you a better version. So the better version will look something like this. Let me go to this. Rest everything is same. Now here you have entered the parent grid. Now here you will enter the child grid. So child grid has the following grid dimensions. So you have entered side by side. This is not an issue. Change number of NAT to 1. As I had already mentioned, these lateral boundary changes have to be done. Now what you need to do is, uh, since the refined grade is almost three times refined, so in the parent grade you have to increase the time stepping to three times from the child grade and reduce the total duration by three times from the child grade. So for child grade, if I want to run 60,000 iteration at a time step of 10 seconds, then for parent grade I have to substitute in the form of as the time step of 30 seconds and total number of iterations to be 20,000. That is exactly one third of the child grade, and time step is exactly three times of the, and the time stepping of the parent grade is exactly three times of the child grade. Now, if the refining was done of the order 5, you would increase the DT of the parent by 5 times and reduce the end times of the parent by 5 times. Now, in DT fast, you can keep it as same, no need to change it. Yeah, no need to change the other variables, these are all constant. You can keep it the same, no need to change the other variables. And now in this, we don't need to change this. I'll directly go to the point where we need to change. Enter the grid name, first the parent, then give some space and give a backslash no, forward slash, and then you paste the location of the child grid. Here I have a different file name, you can input your own file name. The initialization file, all files you can keep it as commented. Now enter the tidal file in here, tidal forcing file in the tide name variable. Enter the file which is the wind file in the wind forcing file, nf files 1, no need to change it. Now once you have entered it, it's all done. Also the other thing you need to include the contact file. So the contact file will be somewhere in this ngc name. In the ngc name you have to put the location with the complete path name of your contact file, and then you just save and run your ROMs model. So this is a brief on how to do nesting for ROMs application. Now this can be done for other models as well. You just have to calculate those location coordinates correctly for I and j, then create the nested model and then create this .in file accordingly. So that's almost it.